Now to the coronavirus pandemic in Maryland. While we continue to average several hundred new cases a day, the percentage of people testing positive continues to drop, along with the number of people currently in the hospital. But there is a new warning tonight for those who vape, especially teenagers. New research is emerging that people who vape are more vulnerable to serious COVID-19 symptoms. Richard Carden speaks with a doctor who specializes in lung injuries and what he's saying.
While young people are not necessarily the population most vulnerable to COVID-19, studies show 20% of high school age students vape. That alone puts you at risk.
They're damaging their lungs with vaping, and then they're getting this novel virus on top of it, and they're going to react differently than someone who has healthy lungs.
Baltimore pulmonologist Dr. Anita Nayak cites a recent study from Stanford, which shows young people ages 16 to 23 who vape are at a higher risk for serious COVID symptoms.
We know that nicotine and other materials in the vaping solutions can also injure the lining of the lung, breaking down those barriers and re-injuring an already injured infrastructure.
And right here in our city, Dr. Nayak is seeing this play out with one of her patients.
He had asthma as a child, but he'd outgrown it for like 7-8 years. And all of a sudden he says, I'm wheezing. And, so right away you ask the COVID question, and these are the people I worry about.
Dr. Nayak says many vaping products are not FDA approved. They're purchased online and oftentimes have bacterial, fungal, or unknown components that can burn the lungs or the blood vessels that lead to the lungs.
The human body is so complex, and it's this beautiful mechanism to protect itself. And every time we do something, put foreign chemicals and solvents into our body, we're disrupting that balance.
The advice from doctors is to stay away from vaping and smoking, especially during this dangerous time. Dr. Nayak says so little is known about the coronavirus already that she's worried some of the patients she's seeing will have permanent lung damage if they continue to vape and contract COVID-19. I'm Rachel Carden for WJZ.